Hi everybody, it's a beautiful evening. I'm outside in the garden here with Tim, enjoying the sunshine. I just wanted to say a few words regarding MMS, Miracle Mineral Solution. People know by now that I'm campaigning against this product for many years, and I'm due to give evidence again in a few weeks' time for another MMS case, sadly. But what I want to talk about is the connection between the sovereign movement and MMS. So the sovereign movement are, I suppose I'd call them a cult really, that believe that they have their own laws, set of rules, like don't follow the law like I do or ordinary people do in society here in Ireland. And they are basically represented by some people, Ben Gilroy, Billy Maguire. These are the individuals that are involved in this movement. They prey on vulnerable people. They say they can help them with crisis situations, like for example if somebody's losing their home, they can fight the courts, but none of their laws or their whatever they're implementing is validated because it doesn't exist. It's just bullshit, really. So what I've discovered is that the people that we have reported here in Ireland to the authorities are linked to the sovereign movement. And when we did the documentary, primetime documentary in 2015, this was highlighted because the individual that we did get prosecuted in 2016, Patrick Merlin, is part of this movement. In fact, when we went to court, that is myself and the HPOA and the Gardaí, he represented himself. He basically stood up and said, I don't have to answer to you, blah, 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 and ran out of the courtroom like some raving lunatic. And he was found guilty of manufacturing and selling MMS bleach as a cure for autism and other things as well. He appealed his case and he lost his case in February of this year. So it's been 4 years of hell for me, giving evidence back and forth to Dublin, trying to seek justice for autistic children. MMS is a toxic bleach, for those watching that don't know. It is not regulated. It is not approved for any condition at all. And in fact, it could kill you. So you're basically ingesting a toxic bleach. But these crazy people say that it can cure cancer, AIDS, everything you can think of, founded by an ex-Scientologist, Jim Humble. And other advocates of this product have decided to market it as a miracle cure for autism. Kerry Rivera is the main person involved in that. There's loads of information online. If people just put in MMS and autism, they'll find everything that they need to know. Now, I suppose what I really want to focus on is this sovereign movement here in Ireland, because I live in Ireland, because I'm giving evidence again in relation to MMS soon. I want people to understand something. I think that really the MMS cult, this product, was introduced by the sovereign movement in Ireland. We have Patrick Merlin, like I said, who is very involved in the sovereign movement. Then we have online radio show, People's Internet Radio, I think founded by Vin Byrne. He was someone, and is still someone, that advocates this product. His colleague, Sean Maguire, is another person that advocated this. And when I was speaking out against this for the last 2 years, they came out and attacked me, harassed me and abused me online, and have many times given platforms to the peddlers of this bleach product, including Amanda Mary Jewell, who is basically one of the worst quacks out there. And obviously, I keep fighting against this because I actually care about human beings and I care about children, because this is torture. You know, the side effects from this bleach include vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, liver failure, kidney failure. It killed a woman in America some years ago within 24 hours of ingesting it. It's dangerous. It's not fit for human consumption. But you see, the sovereign movement are, everything that they believe is based on quacks and conspiracy theories. So they're anti-vaccine, they're anti-science, they think that everyone is working for big pharma. They're really just one of those paranoid kind of groups. And but whatever you want you to believe in your religion or whatever, that's a different thing. But when you start torturing children with bleach, then you need to be exposed. So that's why I'm making this video tonight, because what I've actually managed to figure out, and it's taken some time actually, is how closely linked MMS is to the sovereign movement here in Ireland. So we have Merlin, like I said, who was prosecuted as a criminal involved with this product. Then we have Vinnie Byrne of People's Internet Radio, who has, like I said, advocated this many, many times, haven't you, Vinnie? Sean Maguire, they're involved in the sovereign movement. And then we have Anthony Carlin from the North. So when we did the primetime documentary, I think it aired in 2015, RT went undercover to Merlin's home after it was raided, when I gave the heads up to the authorities about what he was doing. And there was some guys there from the North, and one of them, now we have discovered in the last year actually, was an ex-policeman called Anthony Carlin. So he was a policeman at the time that he was involved in MMS, and apparently he was selling it as well as a treatment for autism. So we had a policeman, can you believe it guys, peddling bleach as a cure for autism. Now I reported him to An Garda Síochána, and they told me there was nothing could be done about it because he was no longer a policeman, because I live in the south, blah blah blah, really just not good enough. And you know, so he is also another person linked to the sovereign movement. So how many have we got now? Vin, Sean, Anthony Carlin. And then the other person that I've been looking for a while is someone called Reverend Rashers. So somebody told me this guy called Reverend Rashers was the big peddler of this bleach product in Ireland. And I want to know who's the real name. For a long time now. So last night, late last night, I was watching a movie actually. I got a message on Facebook from Tierna Sayre. So Tierna Sayre are also part of this sovereign movement. And they basically cough him up, you know. His name is Andrew Bradshaw. He lives in Mullingar, they tell me. And, you know, I do a bit of Googling, not hard to find within a few minutes. MMS, Cara Rivera, cure for autism, it's all there. And I'm like, Jesus, you know, I can't believe it, another one. And he even had a comment on his Facebook page about the primetime documentary saying that we are suppressing the cure, you know, the cure for everything, basically. But it gets worse because this guy then can be seen in RT footage on the internet where he was like, you know, tea and sympathy. Oh, I'm being evicted from my home because he couldn't afford to pay the mortgage, blah, blah, blah. At the same time where he was looking for, you know, sympathy for not being able to pay his mortgage and the bank wanted his house or whatever, he was giving or advocating this bleach product. Now, I don't know if he was making it himself, but I've been told that he was very much the main guy for MMS in Ireland. And looking on his Facebook posts, it's obvious that he is, or was. Is he still doing it? That is the question. But I suppose what I find really just ironic is how I was involved with this documentary in prime time, which took a year nearly to make. And on the other token, RT were like reaching out to him saying, oh, this poor guy's losing his home. And at the same time, he was probably cooking up MMS bleach in his kitchen. So this is not a coincidence, guys. That's what I'm saying. You know, I've often said this because of the People's Internet Radio and because of Tierna Sayre Radio as well, how they advocate this product ongoingly. They're the two stations, these online stations, and there is no sane person out there promoting bleach as a cure for anything. And then we have Jim Core. Can't leave out Jim. So Jim Core, also another conspiracy theorist, anti-vaccine. He too was using MMS and also advocating it for other conditions, and even led people to a website where to buy it. And what is Jim involved in? Yep, you guess, the sovereign movement. So there you are, at least, you know, 5 or 6 people. There is another person I'm looking for, Carey, Reverend Carey, who's actually linked to the case coming up, also involved in the Genesis 2 church cult. So here we have men from the sovereign movement claiming to help people, claiming to be like seeking solutions, like Vin Burns says, whilst advocating child abuse and torture, because that's what MMS is. You're putting bleach up kids' backsides, they're shedding their intestinal tissue, they're bleeding, they're vomiting, they're having seizures. It's child abuse. But no, it's fine, you see, because Sean Maguire and Vinny and his cohorts enjoy that. And I mean that. They actually enjoy it. And I remember when I tried to highlight this to them many years ago, and I did. I went on their radio show at the time, and I really thought that they would actually see sense and think, God, this is wrong, this is bad. But no. Even last year, Vinnie Byrne linked in with a Scientologist, Gemma, and wanted to do research into MMS as a treatment for autism. That's how sick and twisted these people are. They know what it is. They know how dangerous it is. But maybe they're making a few bob. Maybe they're making it in their kitchens themselves. But this is what I don't want in my life. I'm here sacrificing my time, my life, to protect vulnerable people, children, from bleach. And here we have the sovereign movement aiding and abetting in this criminal behaviour, helping people to torture children. and even probably involved in the making of this product. So I'm calling on you guys, the sovereign movement, you Billy Maguires of the world. You're out there, oh, look at us marching, oh, we're so great with our protests, aren't you? Look, who can we get to start a protest for? To make more money. Because that's what happens, guys. People donate to these people, to these criminals, because they think they're going to help them, but they're not. What they do to these vulnerable people is they make their lives 10 times worse than they already are. But I want people to understand what the sovereign movement is all about and how bad it is. People go on about Scientology. This cult is just as bad and probably much more aggressive, actually, because if you dare to say anything against them, they will go out there and, well, Scientology does that, sorry, excuse me, but these guys are a little bit more wacky, okay? And I just want people to know the truth. So I just want to rename these people: Andrew Bradshaw, Reverend Rashers, Mullingar, okay? Big peddler, big part in MMS, okay? Are you still at it, Andrew? I'm asking you. Are you still doing it? Because if you are, come and talk to me and we'll see how we can fix that. Then we have Vinnie Byrne and Sean Maguire. Then we have Patrick Merlin, who's still advertising MMS this week, even though he's found guilty and convicted. He's still advertising it. He's still advertising the Genesis 2 church. Anthony Carlin, the North, the policeman, got away with it, which is just unforgivable. You know, knowing that he was somebody that was meant to protect people, being in that, working as an officer, it's just horrendous. And then we have Reverend Rashers, and we have the Kerrys of the world. These people who are out there probably right now brewing this in their kitchen and saying to parents of vulnerable children, we can cure autism. This is happening here in Ireland. And I want it to stop. I want it to stop. And that's why I'm calling on the sovereign movement to engage with me on this issue. Because if you don't, I will keep exposing you. Because they're turning on you now. Your own people. They've come to me and they've given me a name. Why? Because you can't sort anything out. The infighting apparently is awful, I'm told. But this is what the facts are, guys. This is what the sovereign movement is all about. And this is something that needs to stop. People that are vulnerable need to not think that these guys are going to help you, because they have many groups and they have many Facebook pages, Alternative Ireland and all this rubbish. They don't have any power. No power at all when it comes to the law. But what they will do is rob you, exploit you, and possibly poison you with bleach. Stay away. If anyone's got any questions, please message me. Please share this video and help us end the abuse of vulnerable children. Thank you.